Hello, I'm Dimitri, and this is my channel. So today we're going to talk about Falken WildPeak's AT3W tires. Just a quick update. I've had these tires for about 30,000 miles. First 10,000 miles was on a Durango, and then the the second car was this Dakota for 20,000 miles. So far, I have taken these tires all over. I've used them to go up onto the tower mountain. The can't talk today. Onto the mountains to get to the tower sites and things like that when I was doing a contract for Samsung to supply Sprint network digital units and then replace those. So, and of course, those towers are always located somewhere, especially when I was doing them in inland Washington. They're always located in places kind of like we're here today, like these back roads. Right now we're at the top of the Mount Hood at Timberline, so not much snow today. Oh, there's my little one in there waving. So yeah, anyways, let's talk about these tires more and see kind of how they've been handling with the wear tread wear and all that stuff. See how it will go and how it hold up. All right, let's switch the camera view real quick. So far, let's take a look. Still got some of the original paint on them and stuff from when I had them installed onto these wheels. I do balance them every 5,000 miles and rotate them, regularly, kind of like, clockwork, like people going to church every Sunday, kind of type of deal. I believe that if you take care of the tires, they'll take care of you. And yeah, so still have quite a bit of grooves on it, and I think, in my personal opinion, there's still like 80% of tire left over. Still got all the nipples. That's 30,000 miles. Obviously, I don't abuse them too much to where I hit them, at extreme speeds on bumps and things like that. Just basic, slow going. Get over the obstacles and get to your destination type of driving. So I did take him. It was in inland Washington, one of the top mountains towards Leavenworth. I had to go up a steep hill with lots of rocks and things like that. And they took it like a champ. So they had no issues whatsoever. Never really had anything poked. Getting a nail or anything like that in the tire. So as you can still see that there's still kind of a third groove, just kind of getting down to the second one right there, which is not bad. So I am thinking of going with bigger tires on this truck, since it is going to be kind of probably transformed into more like an overlander / camping rig. Do have a custom kind of bed that I made to inlay when you take out the passenger seat, and then you just kind of lay the board in with some 2x4 framing on the bottom with some nice 2-inch foam. Makes an excellent bed, and you can definitely sleep in it, no problem. So yeah, let's take a look at the other side. You can see this side as well, still not too bad. Yeah, still plenty of thread left. I am due, I believe, in the next 1,000 or 1,500 miles to have them rotated again. And these are, what's the size on these guys? So these are the 32-inch tires, or 32s with, they're 10.5 wide. Don't really have any rubbing issues on this particular truck, since it does seem to sit a little bit higher. I didn't do any kind of suspension modifications, none of that. It does throw the speed off a little bit, just a bit higher. If I'm going 55 on the speedo, in reality it's about 62. Did catch myself, get a ticket once for not paying attention when I kind of got up to 65, but in reality, when I went over 70. The cop was really surprised as to why I was pulling away from him when he got behind me, which was very interesting to explain to him that I do have bigger tires and I did not realize how fast I was going. Anyways, so, overall they're pretty good. Don't have any kind of wobble or vibration on them. So far they handle pretty well. So yeah. So what do you guys think? I'm thinking of to start off on this truck is to get a roof rack for the canopy. Probably gonna either build one myself or pick one up. I've seen some of those eBay ones for like 120 bucks, and then just modify it to fit to where I can have one on the canopy, one on top. Just have to figure out how I'm going to mount to this roof since it does not have any kind of tracks or anything like that. I was thinking maybe rivnets or something like that. There's my little prisoner trying to get out. So yeah, and then I am thinking of actually picking up the JK bumper, if anybody's seen it in my Instagram account, to replace this bumper, basically modify it, since that bumper in particular is about 61 inches wide. The truck here is 66 inches wide, so that means that there's going to be about 3 inches on each side that's going to be short. So the bumper is going to end about right here. So, but I do want to kick it out another a couple inches more so that when it does sit, it's going to be kind of flat in there. So we'll see how that goes. That should be an interesting project to tackle. But yeah, so far I think we're gonna put a bigger bumper on it, get a roof basket set up, get some lights going, and then also I'm saving up for the rear locker for this guy. Still don't know which exactly I'm gonna go with, but at the very minimum they're at least like $500 for a decent one, and it really does need it, I think, because when you start going up kind of steep hills, I end up throwing it into 4 low. That way you have two tires having traction at the same time between the front and the rear. So yeah, that does help. But I think that since these have those open carriers in the front, those pumpkins, they're like IFS Dana 35s or 7.25, which are kind of useless and can't put too much power on them. So maybe figure out how to get a bigger axle underneath in the front of there in the future. But for now, lock it on the rear, get a basket, get some bumpers done, and then kind of go from there and see where we're gonna end up. Let's see. So this was my kind of a quick overview of how the tires are doing at a 30,000 mark on them. So the Durango was lifted, and that's why on this particular tire you see that there's a bit of just a tiny bit more wear, since these were the front tires to begin with on there. And when you turn the torsion keys on these trucks to lift them up in the front a little bit, they tend to eat, when you turn, the tire just kind of starts to eat the edges too much. And I've tried to prevent that, but eventually I ended up taking a few turns down, but that resulted in a bit of a worse wear on on the tires that were in the front there. Other than that, they've been handling pretty good. I don't hear any kind of road noise on them, and really satisfied with them. So anyways, so that's what's up. Don't know if you liked it, you didn't like it, just my opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.